Noah's Ark by Bible Stories. Brought to you by TellStory.net, stories from around the world. In the generations after the first people were made, their descendants spread across the earth. But as they multiplied, the world filled with violence and wickedness. Every inclination of every human heart turned toward evil, and the earth was corrupt in God's sight. God's heart was grieved. He looked at the world he had made and said,
I will wipe from the face of the earth the human race I have created, and with them the animals, the birds, and the creatures that move along the ground, for I regret that I have made them.
But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, who walked faithfully with God. He had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. He was 600 years old at this time. God spoke to Noah.
I am going to put an end to all people, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. But I will establish my covenant with you.
Then came the command that must have seemed overwhelming. Noah was to build an ark of gopher wood, sealed inside and out with pitch, 300 cubits long, 50 wide, and 30 high, with 3 decks, a window near the roof, and a single door in its side. Into the ark he was to bring his wife, his sons and their wives, and 2 of every living creature, male and female, along with all the food they would need.
Take with you 7 pairs of every clean animal and 7 pairs of every kind of bird, and 1 pair of every unclean animal, to keep them alive throughout the earth.
Noah did everything just as God commanded him. He built the ark of gopher wood, sealed inside and out with pitch, 300 cubits long, 50 wide, and 30 high, with 3 decks, a window near the roof, and a single door in its side. When the ark was finished, God told Noah to bring all his household inside.
I have found you righteous in this generation.
So Noah and his wife and his 3 sons and their wives, 8 people in all, entered the ark, along with pairs of every living creature coming to them one after another, as God had commanded. Then the Lord shut him in. 7 days later, the sky broke open. Every spring in the great deep burst forth, and the floodgates of heaven opened wide. Rain fell on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights without ceasing. The waters rose and lifted the ark high above the land. They rose until they covered all the high mountains under every part of the sky. Every living thing that had the breath of life in its nostrils perished. Only Noah was left, and those with him in the ark. The waters flooded the earth for 150 days. Then God remembered Noah and all the wild animals and livestock with him in the ark. He sent a wind over the earth, and the waters began to fall. The springs of the deep had closed, the rain had stopped. Steadily the flood receded until, on the 17th day of the 7th month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. After 40 more days, Noah opened the window and sent out a raven. It flew back and forth over the surface of the waters and did not return. Then he sent out a dove, but she found no place to perch and came back to him. He waited 7 days and sent her again. That evening she returned with a freshly plucked olive leaf in her beak, the first green thing from the life returning to the earth. He waited another 7 days and sent her out once more. This time she did not come back. By the first day of Noah's 601st year, the water had dried from the earth. God said to Noah,
Come out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Bring out every living creature so they can be fruitful and fill the earth.
Noah came out, and his sons, and his wife, and their wives. After them came every animal, every bird, every creature that moved along the ground, kind after kind, filling the waiting earth. The first thing Noah did was build an altar to the Lord. He took of every clean animal and bird and offered burnt offerings upon it. The Lord smelled the pleasing aroma and said in his heart,
Never again will I curse the ground because of humans, even though every inclination of the human heart is evil from childhood. And never again will I destroy all living creatures as I have done. As long as the earth endures, seedtime and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night, these will never cease.
God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them,
Be fruitful and increase in number and fill the earth.
Then God established his covenant with Noah and with his descendants, and with every living creature, that never again would a flood destroy all life. As the sign of this covenant, he set his rainbow in the clouds.
Whenever I bring clouds over the earth and the rainbow appears, I will remember my covenant between me and you and all living creatures. The waters shall never again become a flood to destroy all life.
From that day on, every rainbow that arches across a stormy sky carries that ancient promise, a sign of mercy made over a washed and waiting world.